Hi, everybody. I'm Sergio with Mobility Scooters Direct, here today to do another unboxing and setup video. Today, I'll be showing you how to unbox and set up a Golden Technologies Buzzaround LX three-wheel model number GB119. This mobility scooter is available in a four-wheel option known as model number GB149. But today we have the three-wheel model, which is capable of holding up to 375 pounds weight capacity. It goes 5 miles per hour, and on a full charge, it does about 18 miles, up to 18 miles, which is pretty nice. It is considered a luxury scooter. Heaviest piece when disassembled weighs about 50 pounds. So I'm going to get started with taking this apart. You will need a pair of scissors, a knife, or a box cutter, which I'm going to go ahead and use today to just basically cut the tape along the top of the box. And then you want to just lift the lid. There are some staples, but they do come out with a little bit of strength. And you're just going to unfold the four flaps on the top of the box. And we're going to give you a good look of what's inside and how it's packaged now. So as you can see from above, the scooter is packaged with a lot of bubble wrap. We've got a box to the left, which is going to contain your charger, some of the different components like the keys, and you can start to take everything out one by one, and we're going to show you how that's done. So once you have the box open, I recommend taking out some of the pieces of cardboard here. You'll start to be able to see what's underneath as you start to remove the cardboard. I'm just going to put everything off to the side here. I'm going to start to take off any loose piece of bubble wrap here. You can see we have a part which looks like a headrest. So I'll put that off to the side. Got some loose bubble wrap. I'll put over here to the side as well. Complimentary safety flag, which is pretty common for Golden Technology scooters. And the back of the armrests. They're protected pretty well with cardboard wrapped around the armrests, which is nice. Here's the box that I was referencing earlier. It's actually in the middle. It's got the battery, charger, the keys, shrouds, and some tension knobs to tighten up the armrests when you put the armrest into the chair. At this point, I'm going to grab the chair. You can see that this is the back of the chair facing up. And in the back here, I'm going to grab the railing, which is the bottom part of the seat. Grab it firmly there so that I can get a good grip and pick it up. It's not that heavy. Probably, I'd say, and don't quote me on this, but I'd say around 25 pounds, give or take 5 pounds. Now that the chair is out, we've got some loose cardboard here, which I'm going to take out, put to the side, try to keep everything organized. I do recommend keeping your packaging organized and keep it in the box for at least 5 days so that you can test it out. If you don't like it, you will have to keep the packaging to return it. At this point, we've got most of the bubble wrap out. The basket's loose here. Just going to pull it out, put it in the front there. At this point, we're going to need to raise the handlebar, aka the tiller, which is the part with the throttle control and other controls. And to do that, we're going to need to identify where the lever is, which you can see it right here on the right side of the handlebar. This lever, if you lift it, push it up, it's going to allow you to bring this up. It's a spring trigger, so it's kind of like a lever you just have to lift up in order to bring the handlebar up. So I'll show you that again. You lift that lever on the right side, you can bring it up. So once it's up, you let go of the lever and it holds itself in place. So you can adjust the height of that handlebar if you want. And now you've exposed the batteries, which are packaged up with bubble wrap. To try and get your hands in there, there's a grip at the top of each battery. There's 2 batteries, so try and notice there's a handle there on each one. We'll unpackage it here in a moment. I'm going to put those off to the side gently. and there's a piece of cardboard that the batteries were sitting on just going over the footboard of the scooter. So now the scooter is pretty much exposed and all the additional parts outside of the main body have been removed from the box. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the box and show you the best way to take it out of the box. It's going to be to cut the front of the box out and then roll it right out. So I'm going to take my box cutters, I'm going to carefully cut to the front of the box on each side. And basically just knock out the front. Take these things off, the corners. Now at this point, I want to take the plastic wrapping off of the unit because we're going to roll it out of the box. You don't want it to get caught up in the wheels, the wheel well. Always protect the sheet. We'll put that off to the side. Here I want to show you one thing. There's a freewheel lever on the back. It's a very common lever found on most mobility scooters. It allows you to put the unit into what's known as freewheel mode. So if your battery runs out, you can actually push it. Because if it's in drive mode, you won't actually be able to move the wheels. They're locked and they're controlled with the motor. You can't operate the scooter with the motor unless this is positioned in the drive position. Right now, it's actually already in the neutral, which is why it says N, which is basically going to be the same as freewheel mode. So I can actually roll it now. So now, before I roll it out, it is in freewheel mode. I want to take this piece of cardboard out from underneath. So I'm going to lift the front with one hand, remove the other, or remove the cardboard with the other, and just roll it out. There you go. So that's probably the easiest way to take a scooter out of the box. Picking that thing up is going to require a lot of strength. So this is probably the easiest way to get it out of the box by rolling it out as you just saw. But one thing you'll notice is you can't turn the handlebar at first, and that's because they ship it with the lock on the front here that locks it into place, preventing you from turning it. And that's used because, I'll show you, when you're transporting the scooter, let's say you're in, on a vacation or a trip to Disneyland and you want to put it in the trunk of your car, well, if you're driving and turning, this thing, it's going to swing like crazy and potentially damage the joint here. So what they did was they put a locking knob here. You push in and twist, and now it can't spin or turn when it's being transported in the back of a car. So it's just a safety feature to keep your unit safe when being transported. So just make sure if you can't turn, check that knob right here. It's usually just locked. There is a light on the front. And then these three prongs are actually for the basket. And I'm going to grab the basket and come on back here to show you just how easy it is to put this basket on. If you look closely on the front of the basket, you've got 3 holes and 3 hooks. So what do? Line them up and it falls right into place. As easy as 1, 2, 3. So this unit is, for the most part, out of the box now. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of some of this cardboard and reposition our set. All right. Now that we've got all of our cardboard packaging put away, and I put it all together back in the main box so that if we want to return it for whatever reason, we have the original packaging to do so. I want to show you inside of the box that we took out of the main box earlier. The contents in the box, you've got the user manual, which is very important to keep and to go through. You've got optional blue shroud covers, which are going to be used to replace all the red pieces that you see on the scooter. So if you wanted to make this a blue accent scooter instead of a red one, you could. It's pretty nice. You've got a bag here with the keys, so we'll put that in the basket. and the charger. When you first get the scooter, it's important that you charge it for 12 hours. It's recommended that you do that as a training charge so that the batteries properly are trained to handle the full battery capacity, and you'll get the longest life out of your battery if you follow the best practices for batteries after that. So read your user manual to see what those best practices are. And we have a lot of great resources on our website and YouTube channel for best practices for mobility scooters and their batteries. I'm going to go ahead and begin to cut the tape around the packaging carefully, not to scratch the battery box. There's 2 battery boxes. Each one has 1 battery in it. And basically you have to get them both on. I'm going to put them on the foot plate first and kind of unpackage both of them, line them up, and show you how they go in. Again, be careful unpackaging this if you are using a knife. So, we've got 2 battery boxes. On the outside, you'll see the name of the scooter, the model, which is the Buzzaround LX. And you want to see that on the outside on each battery box. That's how you know they're going in the right way. So you can see it on the left side here, and on this battery you've got the right battery with the same logo that you see here on the right side facing out. So now that we've got them, you can pick it up by the handle, line it up with the battery drop there, and just once it lines up, you just drop it in. Let gravity do its thing there. I mean, there's really nothing to it. And the same thing goes when you're taking them out. Just pick up, come out. There's no button, no lever. Very, very easy to use. Now, I'm just going to show you really quick before I go any further. If you wanted to disassemble the front end from the back end for transportation purposes to make it easier to pick this whole thing up, you could do that. This part right here, not only is it a brake light, but it also is a lever. So if you pick this up and then grab the seat post, look what happens. The front end disassembles from the back end. So here you could actually bring the tiller down and put this in the back of a trunk, or I'm sorry, in the trunk of a small car. You take the basket off, and this whole setup would probably fit in the back of a small sedan. So I'm going to put it back together now, and I want you to see here how this gets put back together. You do need a little bit of hand strength to pick up the front end, but you got to match up the red indicator stickers here on each side with the other red indicator stickers, because it's basically a bar that falls into a hook type of system. And once the bars are lined up with the hooks, gravity kind of just puts it all back together again. Very easy. I'll show you from far away one more time. Pulling it apart. Line up the bar with the hooks. Literally just let go, and it snaps together. So I'm going to put the batteries back on, which I think is very easy too. The operation of this scooter, taking it apart, putting it together, is very easy. And we'll move on to the next major part here, which is the chair. The chair has a cover on it, which you don't often see, but there is a little cover here, and you have to take it off. This is the actual seat post insert that goes into the seat post right there. So you pick up the chair, have a firm grip on it, you line up that insert and drop it into the seat post hole where it goes. Once you have it lined up, just wiggle it in, and you'll know it's all the way in when it doesn't rotate. If it does rotate, just wiggle it a little bit more until it falls into place. And if you do want to rotate it, you can. There's a lever, just like an office chair. You rotate it, and then that lever pops back down to lock into place. You've got 8 different positions to lock it into place with, including all the way backwards if you wanted to. So you can do a full 360. Now, there is a headrest for this chair, which is nice. Gives you some extra comfort, allows you to have more neck support. And it's just like a car seat. It's actually exactly like a car seat. We're going to slide these two metal bars into the respective slots, and there's a little push pin here which you can use to adjust it. Very easy to use. Very comfortable seat as well. And there's no recline feature, however the seat does fold forward. And what we're going to want to do now is put the armrests in. So the armrests come packaged up here, which you're going to want to go ahead and just take each one out of the packaging. What's nice about these armrests is that they do have reflectors on them, built in. You can go ahead and flip it up and flip it down. You can adjust the lowest point by lowering or raising that screw just a little, and that will stop it from going down too low if you wanted to do that. You also have the adjustment on the width right here. These are actually tension knobs. So to go in, first you loosen it all the way to get the armrest to actually fit in there, and then you can tighten it at any point that you really want, far away, closer in, it's up to you. Find that comfortable spot, and then just tighten that knob, and your armrest is secured. I'm going to go ahead and unbox the other one to show you how it's done from a different angle.
Hold on, let me the gimbal, right? All right, go ahead.
So we're going to go ahead and loosen that knob all the way to make room for the armrest rail. You really got to loosen it all the way before it can even go in. There we go. Get it in to that comfortable position that works for you, and then you can kind of just come back and tighten it. Give it a firm tighten, not too much. You don't want to over tighten it, but just tighten enough to where it's not wiggling. And at this point, we've got the scooter fully assembled, minus the safety flag, which if you want to use the safety flag, you can, but this unit does have lights. You just slip it in to the back pocket, and you've got a nice little safety flag. Some customers really like the safety flag. It's a little bit of a free accessory that some customers are just really keen on. So if you'd like to insert it, you just put it into the back pocket of the seat. The key goes into the ignition, just like any key in an ignition system. There is a speed switch, so once you turn it on, you might have that 5 beep notification, which means the unit is not going to work until you put it back into drive mode.
I won't say that over, I went the wrong way on the gimbal.
So if you turn on the scooter after you put the key in the ignition for the first time and it gives you that 5 beep code and it doesn't work, don't be alarmed, just turn it off. What that beep code means is that the freewheel mode lever is actually in freewheel mode. So as we said earlier, it has to be in the drive position, so you can't actually push it. See, now it's in the drive mode, but if I put it back into freewheel, I can push it. Freewheel mode is so that when you run out of batteries, if you ever do, you can push it. Don't ever let your scooter run out of batteries though, because the batteries get damaged when you do that. After several years of use, your batteries will eventually die, and that's what that switch is for. So now that it's in the drive mode and you can't move it, turn the key on, and the unit's not beeping and yelling at you anymore, it's working. What you want to do is make sure that drive mode lever is always on before powering it on, and you won't have any issues. Now, on the control board, you've got a speed adjustment knob and a red button for a horn. Speed adjustment knob has a turtle on the left and a rabbit on the right. You can increase the speed to go all the way up to 5 miles per hour. The handlebar system is a delta tiller system, which simply means it's got the wraparound bar here, which allows, and the throttle lever on each side allows you to actually have ambidextrous control. You can use the left hand by pulling back to go backwards or pushing forward to go forward. Alternatively, you can use the right side by itself with the operation switched. By pushing backwards, you'll go forward. By pushing forward, you'll go backwards. Lots of great features here. There is a light, and the switch is right here. So if you want to turn on the light, you hit this switch, and you'll see the front light. Pretty nice. So you can go for a stroll at nighttime. Overall, the GB119 Buzzaround LX 3-wheel is a great scooter. We highly recommend it. We have it for sale, free shipping, tax-free, and 2 free accessories. If you have any more questions about it, feel free to visit our website, give us a call, or chat with us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching this video. Have a great day.